I'm John Caudwell. Welcome to my kitchen. This dish I'm doing is tiramisu, and it's a recipe that I've just experimented with. There's most of the traditional elements. There's the sponge fingers, there's the mascarpone, there's the double cream. I soak the biscuits in coffee, but laced with Cointreau. And that lacing with Cointreau gives it this orange, not too heavily orange, just a slight orangey tinge to the coffee. And then the mascarpone cream mix, I also add Baileys to it. Baileys is one of my favourite liqueurs for making puddings. It's so delicious. Now this, once again, it's all down to your taste. You might want more alcohol, you might want less. You don't really need to put any. Then you probably compensate with a bit more sugar and maybe put more chocolate in it to give it a little bit something extra. And as you'll see, it's so easy, so unbelievably easy. So first of all, we're popping the cream in and we're going to whip that until it's full thickness. So now we add the mascarpone to the double whipped cream, and this is very much down to your taste once again. But if you start off experimenting with your tiramisu with about 50-50 mascarpone to double cream, that's a good start point. And it's the same with the sugar. You can put whatever level of sugar you want into it. It depends what sort of a sweet tooth you've got. One of the things that I've found is that no matter how strong the coffee is, it really gets diluted down amongst the sugar and the biscuits. So don't be too worried if the coffee tastes very, very strong. And I think this does. It's espresso out of my machine and it tastes very, very strong. But we're also going to add the little twist, which is a Cointreau. Now this is actually the first time I've experimented with Cointreau. I usually use other alcohols. And I mix various alcohols to give different flavours. But I think the orange and coffee will go together rather deliciously. Let's try that. Not enough. Yeah, I think that's about right. So we're going to pour that now over the biscuits. And you don't want the biscuits saturated, so we're not pouring it all in case there's too much. We want just enough so that the biscuits are well flavoured with coffee, but not floating in it. And it looks as though this is about the right amount, which for this particular dish was about half a mugful, perhaps a bit more with the Cointreau. Yeah, that's about right, look, because you really don't want the biscuits just turning to mush. They've still got an element of firmness to them, which is good. It's ready to add the cream, but we're putting another twist into this dish because it's not just going to be that cream and mascarpone mix. There's going to be Baileys in it as well. All we're going to do now is spread the mix on top of the biscuits. And sort of doing it quite carefully because it will gather the biscuits up and turn them to mush. So we've got to be a little bit careful the way we do this in order to preserve the integrity of the dish. And there we have the final touches, deliciously smooth. And voila, we have there a delicious, stunning tiramisu.